Hello YouTube, TSPG Gaming here, and today I'm back with another video. Today, I have a couple of things to explain. For one, I have not really been this busy. This is not mine. This is actually a server called Hypixel. It's a really popular server on Minecraft where they have all these different games, including the game I'm currently in, which is called Skyblock. I'll get to that later. But for two, my voice is going to sound a bit different, and that's because I actually got a new headset with a microphone on it. The microphone works a lot better than the old one on my old webcam, so now this is going to sound a lot better. Now for where I am, like I said before, it'd be best if I actually went to my island real quick, so give me a second. So yeah, look at this. I don't know how the best way to explain this is, but I would say that the best way to explain it is that in this game, you would start out on this little island over here. You can tell I've been really busy. Actually, now that I think about it, there might be a better way to explain this. Give me a second. Okay, so yeah, this is what the original Skyblock Island would look like. And when you join the game, you'd always start here. And you'd have to chop down this tree here, get some wood, like build up your entire base here on this little tiny island. And that's where I left off on that other world. And there's all these different things that you can do throughout the game, which is back in that nether hub area. I'll show you that in a second again. So yeah, in Skyblock, you start out on a little island, and you have to try and survive and build all these different things. It's based off of a thing that's made in vanilla Minecraft called just Skyblock as well, but it's a lot more simpler. It doesn't have as many mods attached to it. It's just like you start on an island, and you have to go to different islands to collect a bunch of loot. On this, though, there's all sorts of different things you can do to keep yourself entertained, including these little guys, which I might show you later on. But first, I should probably show you the main part of the Skyblock server. So once you go through that nether portal that you probably saw just a little bit ago, you end up here, which is this giant... I honestly don't want to call it. It's basically a village, where there's all sorts of different things that you could do, where you could trade with all these different merchants all over the place. You could buy stuff, you could sell stuff. And across the map, there's all sorts of things you can do. Like over there, there's a PvP area. There's a farm, a giant forest thing I'm not sure what that's for. There's just so much stuff to do. And along with the cosmetics and enchantments, just look at this. I haven't been playing this for very long, maybe 1 or 2 days, which is well, not that long, to be honest. And I already have full diamond armor that's all enchanted. So you move along pretty quick in this game, but you need to in order to survive a lot of the stuff. And probably one of my favorite parts of this Skyblock thing is that you could actually go mining in this giant PvP thing. I'll show you in a second. So you go down to this coal mine, you just travel through the tunnel until you get to the very end where you get to this giant launcher. This is a really cool part. You get launched to the next mine. You land here and it just starts another server with a bunch of other players and NPCs. Oh yeah, by the way, I should probably say this is online, so you're probably going to see a bunch of other players around while I'm doing this, like that guy right there. And you land over here, which is the laggiest mine of them all, apparently. So how this mine system works, I should probably tell you without just jumping all over the place. You start out in that original area, where I started out, this little coal mine. You have to jump to that, which is called the gold mine, and then you jump to here, which is the deep caverns. The gold mine has a little bit of a quest to it, but it's not really all that valuable unless you want a lot of gold. And here you can even get a lot of gold as well. How this mine works is that there's a bunch of different levels that you have to go through. Here is just the creeper den. Yeah, gunpowder mines on the top right, middle right. I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, you start out here, and then you go down to lapis mines. You go down to redstone, and then eventually you keep going down until you get to like emeralds, diamonds, and even obsidian at the very bottom. It's pretty much the only way to get a lot of diamonds in this game besides using minions, which again I'll tell you about later. But the main thing about it is that's really fun, since there's actually different mobs that you have to contend with while you're mining away at stuff. Here, I'll show you. For example, you would just, I should probably explain this. This is a lift that's part of the mine, so like once you explore, here, I'll actually show you. Eventually you'll explore the one mine that you're in enough till you find this little deep area that leads into the next mine. from the gunpowder mines up here with a ton of gold into the lapis mines. Not exactly sure what they're called though. Yeah, the lapis quarry. And once you explore that, you'll be able to actually use the lift, which I showed you, to get down there faster. So you don't always have to go all the way down to the next mine and try and find the entrance and exit everywhere. Plus, it makes a really good exit strategy as well. Right here, left. So I've been playing this for a while, like I already said, 2 days. Well, it's honestly not that long, but it's long enough to get me all this really cool stuff. And probably the only reason I'm still able to contend with all these guys. But anyway, I want to show you how this lift works. So you just right-click on him, and you choose what area you want to go to. Like the Slime Hill, which is where you get emeralds. And there's a bunch of slimes here, obviously. So like I said, there's all sorts of mobs that you have to contend with. Most of them are modded. Well, not really modded, but they have command blocks used on them to make them more powerful as they go down. Also, something to take into account is that you usually you don't actually end up using all this stuff that you mine. You end up selling it for coins. You can use the coins to buy certain stuff, like this golden sword that I have on me right now. Everything else in my inventory I made myself, but the golden sword was something I actually bought since it has so many buffs on it. Oh wow, I'm getting bounced all over the place. I'm almost dead as well. I'm gonna start using the bow. Also, something I should probably explain. These little things that they're dropping are points. If you see on the middle right, it says purse on it, and that's basically your currency. Like I said it before, you just keep going down until you find another cavern that goes deeper, and it keeps leading to deeper and deeper mines with better and better resources. Like here, you start out with emeralds, and then you keep going down until you reach an area with diamonds, and a ton of completely overpowered mobs. Also, the skeletons are a bit weird as in they don't really hold their bows right. We're just gonna ignore that. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to do a video about this because it's honestly been such a fun thing for me to be doing lately. I just love doing all this different stuff with all the different mobs that you can fight off and actually having objectives while you're doing it. And it's just such a fun thing. If I didn't want to do all the objectives, I probably would have just gone to a normal Skyblock thing. But with all the different mods and command block things going on, it makes it a lot more fun than it usually would be. The main thing I kind of wanted to show you was how the main base worked, and that's kind of where the minions are going to come in later. Give me a second. You know, I always forget that I actually have a little thing in here where you can just teleport to back to your own island. Here. Oh yeah, the minions are talking to each other. Here, I'll tell you about them once I put all my stuff away. So on Skyblock, the main thing you're probably going to want to do is get yourself bearings on what you're doing first of all. Like I ended up having just a giant stone platform going around this area before I started making all these guys. And the big thing I should probably tell you about is how all these different mod things work. And the main thing you really want to use is this nether star that I have in my hand right now. How this thing works is that you just right click on it and it has all this different stuff on it. Probably the most important stuff on here that you're going to want is collection, recipe book, and ender chest. Ender chest because you can just store stuff in it whenever you want. Collection because it'll tell you how much longer it is before you can upgrade when you're getting stuff. I might explain that better in a moment. And then recipe book because it tells you how to do most of the stuff in the game. So in this game, you'll usually start out on this original island, and eventually when you have enough wood or resources, you'll bridge across, like I did here, to this island. Then you'll just go through here, travel to the hub island, and do all of the different stuff. But as well as there's also some stuff down here, like a chest, that had a bunch of good stuff in it for starting out, like water, lava, food, and stuff. Crops, you get what I mean. Usually you'd start out right here, you'd actually see a little minion mining cobblestone. That little minion will actually allow you to gather cobblestone automatically over time, and then eventually you can just collect it from him and put it away wherever you want, which is what I had going for a really long time until I moved him in here. And another cool thing is that whenever you upgrade or build new or unique different minions, it'll actually increase the amount that you can have. I currently have the most I can have right now, which I believe is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I've got upstairs. I'll show you him in a moment. All the minions I have right now are one that gathers coal, stone, iron, gold. Out here I have one that gathers logs, one that gathers wheat over there, and upstairs, I need to close that. Upstairs I have one that gathers diamonds. And in order to unlock these different minions, you actually have to mine that certain mineral, which usually involves you going to that designated area like the mines I was in a little bit ago. I'm not sure why what he just said, I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, once you do, it becomes really easy to collect resources. Like, I want to see how many diamonds he has. He has 64 almost two stacks of diamond blocks. Oh yeah, also something I should probably say with the minions, you right click on them to access their um just information and inventory. This is where they get all their stuff. You can just grab all this from them, but over here on the left, you can actually see all the different stuff that you can do with them. Like you can equip them with skins to make them look different. You could give them fuel, which is basically the same fuel you put in a furnace, but with minions, I'm not sure why they run off coal, but it makes them work faster, gets more resources for yourself. Then and then down below that you have an automated shipping, which will make it so it automatically ships whatever he has in his inventory over to one of these chests. I don't think I have one of those yet. I think I'm able to build one now though. And then down here are two upgrade slots where you can put upgrades to them. Currently this guy has a compactor which makes it so he can turn whatever resource he has into blocks and makes it so he can store more stuff, which is really useful. I don't know what's so satisfying about getting rid of diamond blocks and just getting tons upon tons of diamonds in your inventory. It's just one of the most satisfying things. This chest might get so filled up I might just have to start throwing these guys into the void. Or, selling them, which is also something that I might want to show you as and not in a second right now actually. I have a little bit too many diamonds, so I'll just go to the hub island, which is easy to teleport to. Could actually sell all these different things to these, I don't know how to describe them, a bunch of merchants that are all over the place. And you sell them for a lot of money depending on what merchant you sell them to. Like this guy will give me 512 coins for a stack of diamonds. Well, this guy gives me 512? Huh, that's weird. If I were to sell these to this guy though, it's 512. I guess I was wrong about them selling for different amounts. Honestly, I think this video started to turn into more of an explanation video than an actual playthrough of this game, because there's just so much to do. But anyway, what I was going to say was that you could actually do some other cool stuff around the map. A lot of it I'm probably not going to tell you now. You'll have to explore it yourself, but you could actually go into here, and then a big thing that I like to do is that you go to this guy, and then you can oh, I should probably not do that. You could get certain quests from this guy to get a lot of gold. As you see on the right, it says Revenant Horror or whatever that means. But basically, it's just a quest for me to kill 150 zombies. And like I said earlier, there's this little graveyard area over here that will actually spawn in zombies that you can fight for money. And a big goal that I want to try and do in this episode is to get into there. I'll explain that in a moment. I want to try doing a little see if I can just kill off all of these zombies. Also, apparently it wasn't 150, it was just 25. Huh. And 25. Alright. Oh wow. Oh, it spawns in a zombie. I thought it was just a random quest that you had to complete. I did not know it actually spawned in an enemy. Alright. What? Just I am so confused. Well, beyond the topic of that, I think another thing I really want to do is trying to get into that cave, like I said earlier. And a big thing with that cave is that it's guarded by these zombies called Crypt Guardians, like that guy over there. And they're really powerful, along with being really fast. So, they could pretty much one-shot me with all the diamond armor that I have. And they have 2,000 health.